Senate is expected to pass same-sex marriage before end of the year. The Senate is expected to pass the Respect for Marriage Act before the end of the year, which would require states to recognize same-sex unions if the Supreme Court strikes down marriage rights. A person close to negotiations said, quote, "We're confident that we'll have the votes when it comes to the floor. We've been guaranteed that this is going to come up before January," end quote. Democrats had the opportunity to bring the bill to the floor before the August recess, but delayed it, giving bipartisan negotiations an opportunity to continue instead of taking it directly to voters, who polls show strongly support marriage equality. The latest version of the bill clarifies religious liberties and includes language that reaffirms the bill does not validate polygamy, which some Republican members had expressed concerns about. The bill has bipartisan appeal and passed the House in July with the support of 47 Republicans. It's unclear how it would be put forth for final passage, either as a standalone or attached to a larger must-pass bill. Supporters are reluctant to draw too much attention to talks with the midterms still raging, but expectations are high that it has the votes to pass. Sources tell the timing will depend on the midterm elections and its outcomes. Exciting news. I was very excited about this 2 months ago, but what we have watched leading up into the final days of the midterms, I'm concerned with what's in front of us now, but best hopes. In the next 5 to 6 weeks, we're going to see Respect for Marriage pass in this.
What a change for our government. I don't think this 10 years ago or 5 years ago would have even made it to the point of a real discussion. And I think it's interesting that they agree with it, but they don't want to get backlash. So we're just not going to talk about it. We're going to go negotiate privately, and then we're going to vote on it.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty telling story right there in itself, because the Republicans, or those against LGBTQ rights, are the first ones to come out screaming and get a big, get their podium out there and start yelling why we're so against everything that's normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the problem is, and I'm not trying to pull a Debbie Downer here, is that...
But you just did.
Well, yeah, I did. But the thing is, I wonder if, I'm skeptical of that we can find 10 Republican senators, depends on, the lame duck session, 50 Democrats, including Vice President Harris, and then you have to find 10 more in order to avoid a filibuster. And I'm not quite sure if we have that. I think there are people, I think it is like Lucy offering the ball to Charlie
We don't
Brown.
know the details, but I suspect behind the scenes, Mitch McConnell has made an agreement that there's not going to be a filibuster.
And then they renege on it. They can simply just pull the football.
And this is usually my problem with Democrats, is that they don't really stand in their, they had the chance to bring it to voters. And we already covered a story where we had evangelicals who are 55% in favor of gay marriage. So you might as well have given it to the voters. But now we've delayed it so that we can continually talk across the room. Who wants to talk to these people? I don't get it.
It's wasting time at that point.
Right, exactly.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.